Yo, what's going on, guys? Your boy Invective back at again with another Destiny video. Today I got you some solo Pit of Heresy gameplay. In the background right now I'm showing you the Pit of Heresy gameplay and everything. This is quite a difficult encounter, especially if you do it from the beginning to the end. It's quite a difficult encounter, just trying to do it all solo and trying to do it flawlessly. But over here in the footage you're seeing me do solo flawless and I'm beating a boss here. So basically what's going on here is I'm using a hunter. I'm using the top tree for the Night Stalker. So top tree Night Stalker, and I'm using the Telesto 21% Delirium machine gun and the Antioch. Now I'm not really using the Antioch too much, but the main two guns are the Delirium 21% and the Telesto. The Delirium is a heavy machine gun and Telesto is a fusion rifle. Very good fusion rifle. In my opinion, it actually does a really good boss damage and it's just really good overall. Now in the gameplay, as you're seeing, I'm using a sword, but there's special techniques that I'm using throughout the entire encounter. You've got 3 different bosses in the room itself. You've got a wizard, you've got a knight, and you also got a shrieker. You need to do specific things to kill these enemies in order for you to collect the orbs. Now the way I'm doing it is I'm basically killing each of the enemies and then I'm leaving the orbs there. Then I'm going to get another sword and kill another enemy. So you're going to see me killing a knight and then going up to kill the knight in the other room. So throughout the actual encounter itself, the main things that will kill you are things like the acolytes. They shoot you from a distance, and also the main thing that will kill you is the shrieker. You want to kill the shrieker immediately as that guy spawns. Like, he's very annoying, especially since he'll pretty much 2-3 tap you across the map. So the first thing I do is get rid of the shrieker. Then I get rid of the knight, and then the last one will be the wizard. So over here in the encounter, as you're seeing, I'm killing the wizard. Now, what you want to basically do when it comes to the wizard is there's a couple doors, and in the doorways what you want to do is you want to be up against the doorway. Make sure you're holding against the doorway and you do the slash. Do the slash against the doorway, that way the wizard can't see you and you can get your hits through. It's a really effective way of killing the wizard without actually getting hit yourself. Now the most dangerous thing throughout this encounter also are the thrall and the adds. The best way to get rid of the thrall and the adds is really don't pay attention to them until you need a dunk. When it comes to dunking, this is the main part that kind of really gets annoying, because these adds can be all up in your face and everything. Obviously sometimes you do get a fail dunk, but since I'm a Night Stalker here, I managed to dodge, go invisible and clear some adds up. So you want to clear as many adds as you can before. You just want to kind of take your time with this encounter. Encounter ain't too easy, especially if you're trying to do it flawlessly. It can be a big headache trying to do it flawlessly and then not actually succeeding because of some small things. So you just gotta kind of do this encounter a few times till you feel comfortable you can actually do it flawlessly and on your own. So for me, I felt quite comfortable in doing this flawlessly. Now the main thing is also doing DPS. Don't be too stressed doing DPS. What I do for DPS is I try and clear up some adds, and then I use my tether first. Now on my tether hunter, I've also got oppressive darkness. I tether and then I do fusion damage with my Telesto. Telesto is just, it takes away a good chunk of his damage. Don't worry about the exploding thrall, just try and stay away from them as you're actually doing damage to the boss. That's the main thing I can say. And you try and use that Telesto to try and clear the adds. And Telesto, I've got to say, it just works best. And then afterwards, I'm using the oppressive darkness grenade to do a few more bullets of Telesto. But also make sure you get out of the DPS before the boss does too much damage. As you see there, the boss is doing damage, but he's got a countdown for exactly 7 seconds. So you haven't got too long. So now here I'm doing the rotation again. The main thing is just have priority over the shrieker. I got rid of the shrieker first. Once he's done, get rid of all these silly little adds and enemies that are shooting at me and everything. They're all gone. But you gotta make sure you kill all of them. Just one of these acolytes on their own can do too much damage to you. So you want to kind of get rid of all of them. You want to really utilize the sword's max potential. So you block to kill the shrieker, and then once you kill the shrieker, use that same sword because your super will be charging the sword. As you see on the meter down below, that yellow meter down there, it clearly shows the meter's full. Now, this is something that a lot of players don't know. After you clear all these adds and everything, when it comes to the knight, the wizard or the shrieker, but mainly do this on the knight. I wouldn't do it on the wizard, I wouldn't do it on the shrieker. But when it comes to the knight and you've cleared all the ads, you can actually use the sword super to do a massive amount of damage. Now be very careful with this knight, he's a bit of a tricky fellow. Because if he does manage to get 3 swings on you, he will kill you no matter what. Spend your time, stay suspended in the air, especially as a hunter, and just kind of cut around him. Cut away from him and then cut back towards him to do the most damage you can. And just take your time, let that super for the sword build. If the super on the sword builds quite rapidly, so the best thing to do is just make sure that you actually do the amount of damage that you need to kill him without dying. So when he does that uppercut, he does quite a lot of damage. And there, I've got rid of him. So one sword can be used to take out 2 of the enemies. For the third one, you're going to have to kill a knight and then get rid of the actual wizard itself. Now when it actually comes to different builds and classes, I did try quite a few. I tried using the I tried using the what do you call it? I tried using the 1-2 punch hunter. Didn't really work that good on my first solo try. And then I tried using the golden gun. Celestial Nighthawk is good, but you don't have the comfort of going invisible. So I've got to say that definitely the Night Stalker top tree is probably the best subclass you should use when it comes to doing this entire encounter. For Warlocks and Titans, I don't know what to suggest. This is just kind of a hunter's run through. My main characters are usually my Warlock and my Titan, but I felt most comfortable doing this actual fight with the hunter. Now also on my armor, I'm using different hive armaments, I'm using hive repurposing. These are all mods and stuff you can get from Menagerie. So I'm using an armor set from Menagerie that will give me an extra defense buff here. So I'm taking less damage from the wizard that I usually would be. But yeah, you just got to be careful with this wizard. She's the most annoying thing throughout the entire room, but once you get rid of her, it's not a problem. Now the actual fight is quite long and the boss has quite a lot of health, but just think of it like this. I think of it as 5 segments of damage. Through each segment of damage, you're trying to do a certain amount of damage, but you don't want to do too much, or you don't want to stay around too long because you could get yourself killed. Pay attention to all the ads inside the room itself and just take your time with the actual encounter. There's no rush. You use the swords as much as you can because you have the defensive ability, you can block, you can do all sorts of different things when it comes to using a sword. So yeah, the main thing is just going invisible, because when you get a lot of ads together and you don't go invisible in time, you just got to kind of avoid them and come back. Once you've dunked 1 or 2, also when it comes to dunking, do not dunk on the plate where the boss is standing. Dunk somewhere else. So when you collect the void orbs, just go somewhere else and do damage. Do the dunking. Now when it comes to damage, be very aware of where the knight, the boss himself, is positioned, because he will send down a massive swing of his sword and he'll uppercut throughout the entire room. If that hits you, you're dead. So you want to be very careful when it comes to that, especially the flames as well. You don't want to be caught in the fire. So just take your time and actually do damage. Don't be upset if you don't do enough damage throughout the boss phase itself. You're just trying to do as much damage as you can safely without getting knocked out. Take a few practice tries and just get used to what the actual boss can do before you do your flawless run. Now in my flawless run, I managed to get this done, but you'll find out towards the end what actually happened. It was kind of a I spent throughout the morning trying to do this, and just the very end was quite tough. But yeah, it's actually a really good fight, especially when it comes to this dungeon. I really enjoy this dungeon. It's a bit more challenging trying to do it solo than what you'd think, but yeah. Also, don't be afraid to use all those Telesto ammo bullets. Telesto, you get so much ammo for this gun. I've got mine fully mastered, so it's absolutely amazing. If I was to recommend any other fusion rifle that's just as good, the Jotun's just as good as well. But the Telesto is really good because it serves 2 purposes: boss DPS and ads. You can clear loads of ads, loads of additional enemies that just kind of get annoying. And yeah, you just want to take your time and clear the ads. As I'm doing here, I'm clearing out all the ads. I'm not leaving a single one alive. Straight after I kill the Shrieker, that's it. Now over here, you're going to see me doing the final DPS. It's all kind of stressful and everything trying to do this, but you're going to want to calm down your heart rate and everything. You want to listen to some chill music or something while you're doing this. You want to get into the mood or into the zone while you're doing it. So I'm coming up to the final few parts, you know, hearts racing and everything. I want to get this solo done. I'm so excited and everything, and I'm just not expecting as to what will happen. So just be very wary of ads and take your time with the enemies itself. The boss fight, I'd say, is easier than the actual totems. For the totems, I use the hunter as well with Jotun. Jotun's really good for the totem, but when it comes to the boss fight itself, using the actual tether is really good, especially with Oppressive Darkness. Oppressive Darkness is a very strong ability. We're only going to have this ability for about another 3 more weeks until the next expansion for Destiny 2 arrives. So as you're seeing here, I'm finishing up on the ads and everything. Now the very tricky part is every time you kill a boss or one of the main 3 enemies, more ads will spawn, and it will spawn a whole bunch of them. So you just want to be wary of the thralling and everything. Try and clear the ads, clear the room as well from the thralling and everything, and then actually focus on doing DPS to the boss himself. So over here I'm killing the knight and everything, and I think I'm going for the, yeah, this is for the wizard. So yeah, good luck to everyone that's doing this Pit of Heresy. Really good dungeon, really great dungeon. Try and do this Pit of Heresy weekly, because you get a masterwork armor piece no matter what. So if you want to get really good rewards and everything, there's nothing better for you to do on Destiny than the actual Pit of Heresy itself. And it's quite challenging. The more you do it, the better you'll become. So take your time with Pit of Heresy, just do it bit by bit every week, and trust me, you'll get the flawless done. Even though a lot of people say they can't do the flawless, it is quite difficult, I ain't gonna lie. It's very difficult trying to do the solo flawless, but if I can do it, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys can do it. Just, you need to know what you're using, and you need to have good stuff, and you need to be comfortable with what you're using as well. There's a lot of different playstyles that people use. They use the Izunagi's Burden and Recluse. These are not weapons that I feel comfortable using. I feel comfortable with using Telesto. I'm comfortable with using my Antioch. I'm comfortable with using machine gun. I'm not comfortable with certain weapons or certain things to use. So everyone's kind of got their own playstyle. So just find your niche. Find what it is that you're good with, and just go ahead and knock it out. So here I am coming up to the final I think this is. Yeah, this is when everything's kind of beating a bit quicker. You know, your heart rate's kind of racing. This is the epitome of just doing the finisher and everything. So I think this is I knock out the wizard and then it's dunking time. So when it comes to the wizard, take your time with the wizard. Take your time. The wizard's especially tricky, so take your time with the wizard. She does do a lot of damage. So as you see, I'm using a wall. I'm staying behind the wall, and now I'm killing the wizard. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the orb, and I'm gonna dunk it, not in the rune in front of the boss. I'm gonna dunk it opposite the boss. Watch out for the knight itself while you're dunking. If there's a knight where you wanna dunk, go to somewhere else and dunk somewhere safely. Now as you can see on the bottom of the screen, this is the most annoying part. I don't know what happened on Destiny, but it kept saying attention contacting Destiny server. At this part I was stressing out. I've literally done this entire dungeon from start to finish. I've mastered everything I need to do. I'm on the final boss. I want to beat the final boss, and I want to get my emblem and everything. And look what's happening here. Just have a look. This is just stressing me out. At this point, I'm just losing my mind. It says attention, 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 attention. Like, what is going on with Destiny servers? Come on. So I've got 2 slams in. I went invisible after I slammed, and then I'm thinking, oh my god, let me just beat this boss. Like, I'm taking some risks out here. And you've got to be careful of the boss's super attack as well. He kind of sends you flying. So I'll quickly beat the boss here, I think. Yep, I'm definitely beating the boss. There's no way I'm not beating the boss. I'm just watching out for all these exploders and crawl. You can get quite close to the boss, but just try and dodge his super attack and everything. So I've got a few more shots in me. I'm saying, come on, let me knock him out, let me let me get this guy, man, let me get him, let me climb. And then that's it, I finish it, I'm like, yes, I've done it, I've done the solo, I've done the flawless, I've knocked it out. I'm gonna collect my chest piece and everything and armor, I'm like, yes, alright, great, cool. And then bang, I'll get kicked to orbit. I'm gone. I'm thinking, what? I spent all that time doing this just to get booted. Oh my god, Destiny, what's wrong with your servers, man? I lost my flawless because of this. Because I got booted. Oh my god, I don't even know what to say. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much the guide to the actual boss itself. If you found the video helpful and if you enjoyed the actual video itself, go ahead and leave me a like. If you're new to the channel, what are you doing? Go ahead and subscribe. If you're enjoying the Destiny content, let me know. If you want some more Dokkan Battle stuff, don't worry. Don't worry. For all my Dokkan Battle people that are watching, don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still doing Dokkan, just doing a bit of Destiny as well. I play both games and I love both games. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next Dokkan or Destiny video. It could be anything, man. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.